Hello, good morning. Is it morning still? Yeah, just about morning. I don't know if you can hear me. Just down by the River Thames, beautiful Thames. Battersea Bridge there, Albert Bridge over there. Just want to say good morning to you all. I won't be obviously doing these every day because it'll get probably too boring for people. But while it was just a gorgeous day, I thought I'd do another little hello live. Bit of history on your walking around. Yeah. You wouldn't think it was locked down with all this traffic, to be fair. It's actually quite busy, so I don't know whether they should just open it all up or shut it all down. But anyway, just obviously people are finding it difficult at the moment, and the only thing they can do is go out for walks. Yeah, I understand that. It's tough for a lot of people, and it's good to get out and walk. And like I said yesterday, you don't always have to go to the parks. There are other places to go. I mean, yeah, luckily I live near to the river, which is beautiful. So yeah, it's quite nice to come down here sometimes and just take in the history on the river. Obviously, as well, is amazing. There's so much that you can talk about, but I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, so just be mindful though when you are walking around. There are people that are still twitchy, as I mentioned yesterday. You don't have to wear your masks outside. I get that, and if it is too busy, by all means, just turn around. But you know, I know there's some people out there that don't like wearing masks, and some people have a legitimate reason for not wearing masks, but don't give people an evil look just because they're not wearing a mask. They may have a legitimate reason. And if you are the type that doesn't want to wear a mask, you know, purely for the sake of the others, just when you pop in the shop, maybe put it on for 5 minutes. Won't kill you, will it? As soon as the traffic clears, by the way, hello to everyone, if you're there. Good morning, Gemma, how are you? It's just an area I want to say. So if you are walking around, it's a good time to get your exercise, but also, you know, obviously you're not on a day out sort of thing. You don't want a picnic and things like that. That's not what it's all about. It's about getting out and about. But there is a lot of history around the corner from where you live. I just want to talk about this place. This is a church here on Old Church Street, Chelsea. Chelsea is one of the most affluent areas in London. A lot of rich and famous people have lived here and lived around here. But the beauty of it is there's a little road called Old Church Street. So I'm going to talk to you about that. This here is a statue of Thomas More. So Thomas More, this church itself, I'll go on to that first. This church itself actually dates back to 1157, I think it is. It may not look like it now, but it does actually date back to that. And the beauty of the church is it's a lot of it's been rebuilt to look like a medieval church. It was actually damaged somewhat in the Second World War, but Thomas More actually I've got to remember now, 1536 maybe. Thomas More actually had the south part of the church built purely for him, for his prayers. Obviously, that's why they have the statue of him out here. But just around the corner is a place called Old Church Street. Old Church Street is one of the oldest roads in Chelsea. And it's quite unique in some ways. As I said, it's lined with some older houses, some fairly newer houses. There's a lady there doing the gardening. Look at that. If you are working, yeah, good on you. But yeah, take 5 minutes out. I'm sure your boss isn't actually doing as much as you are anyway. So this is the Chelsea Old Church. It is said that Henry VIII married Jane Seymour here. Not Jane Seymour as in the actress from Medicine Woman, as in Jane Seymour, the Tudor Queen, who obviously took over from Anne Boleyn. If you need to understand your history on the 6 wives of Henry VIII, just remember that there were 3 Catherines, 2 Annes and 1 Jane. I'll try and remember them off the top of my head. I think it was Catherine of Aragon, and then it was Anne Boleyn, then it was Jane Seymour, who was married here with Henry VIII, apparently, and then it was Anne of Cleves, then Catherine Howard, and then Catherine Parr. God, that's well remembered because that's been years ago since I did Henry VIII. But that's basically a little bit about that church. So, as I said, if you walk past that, most people just walk past that, wouldn't even think twice about all the history in that church. And yet we're so oblivious in our lives and so wrapped up in things at the moment that we tend to forget about some of the history that goes on around us, or some of the history that's just around the corner. It's always good for when you're taking your kids out, etc. Maybe just inspiring them with a little bit of knowledge of your history. There's plenty on Google about your area. There's plenty on books in your area. Just look it up before you go for a walk. Obviously, as I said, we're not here to have a picnic. We're here to have a bit of exercise. Just further up here, I'm going to take you up here. It's got a bit of a musical background. It's again another thing to do while you're in lockdown. It's a good time to learn something new. You know, whether it be guitar. I bought myself a cajon the other day, and is that how you pronounce it? Harmonica. Probably won't ever use them, but they're there if I ever wanted to try and learn and sit down. I've got some friends out there that are doing some great things to help people get through this, through painting and music. Gives me an opportunity actually to give a little shout out to my good friend and the beautiful Sensimania Keats, who is doing some art. Since lockdown, she's discovered her art again, doing some great pieces. I'll put a link on a little bit later where you can look at her art. Please do, because I think you'll be really, really impressed with it. And also later on, she'll be doing an auction for one of her pieces, which will be going out to a really good cancer charity. And I really hope that you just give her a chance to look at it. I'm sure you'll find some really good stuff out of it. And also another shout out to a couple of the mates that are doing some things for their music. Steve Carroll, every Sunday night he gets out and with Megan and does music. I'll put a link down there to them. Please look them up. Good way to dance and bop around the way. And then obviously Damien Delahunty is also doing some music. But yeah, so anyway, that's enough shout outs. I'm here to do shout outs. So here we go. Just before I cut out, while we were talking about music, just behind me in a minute when the traffic goes, like I said, too much traffic. I can't work out if this is lockdown or not. This house here, 46 Old Church Street, 46A Old Church Street. That used to be an old dairy, hence why on the top of the building you've got that cow's head. I don't know if you can see it there. It used to be an old dairy in the 1800s. They then, two guys bought it, I can't remember the names, but they turned it into a music studio where bands like the Yardbirds, Pink Floyd, The Who, T-Rex, they've all recorded there. I don't know what it is now. I don't think it's a recording studio anymore. I know the company's gone on to do greater things. I think they've done stuff with the Beatles in that sense, but since then, and other bands. But yeah, so that's it. Bit of history around the corner. Sorry I can't read as I'm walking along. Hello, Decky. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. I can't read everybody's as I'm talking away, but I'm going to save this, share it. If you'd like to see me do some more of this, then I'm happy to do it. I won't do it every day, obviously, because it would just get boring, but it just goes to show that I know it's tough times. I've had a really tough time with it as well, so I do understand that. And it's also good just to connect with people, even if it is just through the internet, and sharing your thoughts, sharing how you feel. I've managed to reconnect with some old friends that have been brilliant to do. And if it wasn't for that, I'd probably have gone mad. I am mad anyway. We all know that. Some people probably think I'm mad doing this sort of stuff. So what? But hello to everybody. Hope you're well. Stay the heroes that you are. Stay in if you can. Wear your masks. Be mindful of others. And apart from Mark Lonergan, I hope you have a lovely day. Hello, Mark. All right, mate. Take care. Bye-bye.